March is officially over, and March Madness is near its end. The men's and women's Final Four teams are set, however, the winner of the national championship is yet to be determined. In San Antonio, the men's Final Four will have Florida, Auburn, Duke, and Houston, all first seeds in their own brackets. Today, I'm joined by specialists Jacob, Zacharia, and Jaiden Hope to discuss March Madness highlights and, of course, our Final Four predictions. So let's get right into it. Many memorable moments happened in the tournament already. Let's get started with you, Jacob. What was one of your favorite moments so far in the men's tournament?
Call it recency bias, but Walter Clayton Jr., his performance against Texas Tech was nothing short of remarkable. National Player of the Year finalist. I think he deserves it after this run. Last two games just been crazy. Probably the most feared clutch scorer in college basketball. Ask UConn, ask Texas Tech. And that Elite Eight, we all saw it. I mean, there was just that one play in particular. This guy's a maniac. Drives it down low. It's a fast break. A two ties the game here. Of course, being who he is, Stephen Curry-esque, he's going to dribble that ball out for the three, put up a fadeaway three, and somehow that three goes in. The crowd went crazy. You are not winning that game after that shot, let me tell you that. He finished the game with 30 points, scored 8 points in the final 3 minutes, part of Florida's 18-4 run to win them that game. Unbelievable shooter, and I think Florida might have had the hardest path in the last 4 games, possibly had the last 1 seeds left. I think Walter Clayton Jr. is that guy. His performance was insane.
What about you?
I would have to go with Arkansas versus St. John's. Rick Pitino's team versus John Calipari's team. It gave me the LeBron, Steph Curry type of game every time we see those guys match up. And I think just for the nostalgia fact and also the fact that it was a very good game, I think that I would have to go with that as my favorite moment thus far. But the Walter Clayton shot was great.
Oh, well. Yeah. That Arkansas game was great. I mean, two just all-time coaches clashing. Can't go wrong.
Yeah, I gotta say, obviously Jacob talked a little bit about it, but Florida's comeback against Texas Tech was insane. But obviously, you cannot have memorable moments without their creators, the players. In light of that, who were some of the players that stood out to you in the tournament? Let's start with you, Jaiden.
I feel like we can go with the easy answers here and say Cooper Flagg or Walter Clayton Jr., but I'm going to go with someone different, and he still plays for Duke. I'm going with Tyrese Proctor. I think that he's been kind of underrated player for Duke thus far in this tournament, but he's a junior, and he's a 6'6" combo guard that can shoot the lights out. He can make the right passes. He wants to play defense, and I think he's going to be a big part of Duke's run if they want to continue to have success and if they want to cut those nets down.
Yeah, for mine, I'm sticking with Duke. I went Con Knipple. He's the second best Duke freshman on this team, which is insane because on any other team, he's your centerpiece. A 6'7" gifted shooter. He's comfortable hunting that catch and shoot from the three, and he can also work you down low with that pick and roll game. He's really good at taking advantage of angles on offense and just being in the right spot at all times. Amazing defender, hustles on the court. You're gonna love that. I'm gonna throw out a little draft comparison here because he's gonna end up being a lottery pick after this run. He is the next Austin Reeves.
Okay. What do you think about that?
I mean, that's a bold take, but honestly, he's been great for Duke this year. He has the potential to do it, and he's also going to be another big part of their run if they want to have success.
Yeah, amazing. So obviously the Final Four semifinals will be set this week. So let's go around the table. Let me know what your predictions are for the finalists of the national tournament. Jacob, let's go first.
All right, let's start off with that Florida-Auburn game. 2 superstars, maybe the 2 best players in the tournament, Johnny Broome and Walter Clayton Jr. Florida beat them in SEC play earlier this season, but it's really hard to beat a program of this caliber twice in a year. But after saying all that, I'm taking Florida. I am not, this guy right here, Walter Clayton Jr., I'm not counting him out. I don't think, up until this point, there's been nobody that's stopped him yet. I don't know if Auburn's going to be able to do that. Plus, Florida has the guys to throw at them. They have 4 big guys down there to throw at Johnny Broome, who's battling injuries. So I'm going to go Florida there for the Auburn game. What do you think about that?
I would have to agree with you on that. And I think that it's not only going to come down to Florida's shooting ability, but it's also going to come down to their play down low. And they've shown it earlier this season where their bigs absolutely dominated Auburn, and I think that they have the potential to do it again. Not to mention that once Walter Clayton gets going, I mean, it's game over after that.
There's no stopping him.
It's going to be hard for Auburn to stop them, and that's why we have to give the edge to Florida.
Yeah, for the Duke game, I mean, Cooper Flagg, he's inevitable. You can't stop that guy. And we mentioned it, the guard play with Knipple and Tyrese Proctor, just really hard to beat. One guy we didn't mention is Kamana Maluach down low. Just a beast, man. Rim protector, gets those rebounds, does it all. I will say this is going to be a more competitive game than most people think because Houston is so good at second chance points, getting those rebounds back. However, I think Duke's going to win this game. I think there's too much star power on this team.
Jaiden, I see you shaking
Yeah, you
your
got some part of
head.
that. Tell me about it. Talk to
Yeah.
me.
I mean, there haven't been many upsets this March, and some people might not consider this an upset.
Yep.
I know I certainly don't, but I think Houston has the potential to beat Duke, and I think that Houston will be playing Florida for that national championship.
Tell me why. Tell me why you think Houston's taking down Duke.
Well, first off, Houston plays that rugged, solid
Yep.
defense. Their defense is they probably are the best defensive team in this entire tournament. And not to mention the fact that they can shoot the absolute lights out. I'm pretty sure that they're statistically the best three-point shooting team in this tournament. So that combined 3-and-D skill set, also with the fact that I feel this is going to be just a game that comes down to who wants it more. Yeah. And I think that Houston is going to want it more than Duke. They're going to want it more than these other teams out here, and they're hungry. They've been there so many times and just haven't been able to get to it, and I think that they're going to do it this time.
Yeah, I think Duke's going to win this game. They got to minimize second chance points somehow.
If they can't stop that shooting ability and if they don't want to match the physicalness that Houston has, Duke is going home.
Yeah, perfect. I mean, Florida, I guess, is inevitable for both of you, but Duke, Houston, still a little bit. But finally, the moment we all waited for. Who do you think will take the trophies home? Let's start with you, Jacob.
Okay, so you got Florida and Houston. I'm going Florida, Duke. And I'm taking Duke to win this championship. I think this amount of talent on the team. And also another point, notice who we both talked about for our most notable players in the tournament. We named 2 Duke guards. They're also the 2 and the 3 on the team in this tournament, which is insane. I think they're just really good at turning 14 turnovers and turning them into points. Really well-rounded team. Coaching looks really good. I know it's Strayer's first time in the Final Four, but I mean, it's an astounding job what he's doing. They're the best player. They've got the best player in the country, best offensive rating, and they man an incredible defense. I think it's going to be hard to stop. Will they take down Walter Clayton Jr.? I don't know, but I'm saying he's been hot for a while. At some point he's got to start missing some shots.
Well, I'm going to ride your Walter Clayton Jr. train here, and if it comes down to Florida and Houston, I do think that Florida will end up outmatching Houston. I think that Florida's it's just their year. Walter Clayton Jr. has been amazing. The bigs have been amazing. The whole team has really just been amazing. From the defense to the shooting ability, they're just doing it all. Yeah. And I feel like once it comes down to that big game, we're going to see those players like Walter Clayton Jr. They're going to have their type of moments that when it comes down to it, they're going to be at their absolute best.
Yeah.
Agreed. Who do you got winning?
I'll say Florida. I'll agree, Jaiden. I just feel like if they win, obviously you both got it, semifinals, having Florida, and I feel like it will be them. Well, that's all we have time for today, but our eyes will be locked onto the TV to see if these predictions come true. Thanks for watching this segment for Cultural Central. See you next time.